Hello friends, welcome once again to an exciting video. So in our last video we have covered cold start and reserved concurrency. If you have not watched, I would highly recommend to please watch those videos as well. So in this video we will see how we can configure provisioned concurrency and what is the need of provisioned concurrency in the Lambda. So in our previous video we have seen that when we invoke any Lambda, right? So when we try to invoke any Lambda, first it will initialize and then it will execute the actual code, right? So this initialization is the time it takes to initialize the code, right? It is called cold start. And we use reserve concurrency so that we should not get throttled, right? We should not get throttled. Now let's understand this provisioned concurrency. So if you remember this image, we have used this to understand what is cold start, right? So suppose this is a client. When you try to invoke, first it will initialize, right? So this part is called initialization, right? So first it initialize, and once it is initialized, the next time when you send the response, right? Once it is initialized, then it will execute your code, right? Basically, from the next request onwards, it will not initialize, it will directly send the response from here. So let's come to the another diagram, right? So when we set the provisioned concurrency, what happens, right? So it will preheat your Lambda. Suppose we have one Lambda, right? So this is the init part which we have seen. This is the init and this is the execution. So when we set the provisioned concurrency, so what AWS will do, it will preheat the Lambda, right? It is already preheated. So initialization, the amount it will take to initialize it, it will not be required, right? So it will directly, if a client is invoking, it will directly come and execute. So in which scenarios we generally configure the provisioned concurrency, right? Suppose some Flipkart sale is going on, right, is about to, or some sale or Black Friday sale is about to come, and you know that it is going to start at suppose 12 a.m. right? So first time when the user try to hit or come to your website, right, they will expect some delay, right? Without provisioned concurrency, they will expect the delay. To avoid this delay, right, why they will expect the delay? Because of this initialization, this init. So in those cases, what we do, we generally set our Lambda to the provisioned concurrency, right? We set our Lambda to provisioned concurrency. In that case, our Lambda will be already warm, right? So Lambda will already be warm. So first request, as soon as the first request comes in, it will not expect the delay. It directly come to invoke condition here. Right? So this is already been taken care. So now let's see in the practical how we can set the provisioned concurrency. So let me go to AWS console. You just log in and then go and create function. So let me create a function demo coding list. So let me show you first without provisioned concurrency, right? You will expect some delay. So it is taking time to create a function. Let's wait. So now Lambda is created, and let me add a function URL so that I can invoke this Lambda. Right. I am setting the authentication none for just testing purpose. Save. Okay, I have opened my Postman so that I can use the function URL and test it. So let me copy the function URL. So this Lambda is without provisioned concurrency, right? So let's note, if we are invoking it for the first time, how much time it is going to take, right? So you can notice the time. So see, this is initializing, and then so it takes approximately 4 seconds, right, for the first call. Right now, let me create another function with provision concurrency. Why I'm creating another function? Because next time I'll invoke it, right, it is already warm, so you will not get the effect of provision concurrency. Right, so create function. So to create a provision concurrency, right, so if you go to configure and go to concurrency, so to create a concurrency, it will ask you for version or the alias. Why? Because provision concurrency already keep your Lambda warm, right? Suppose you have some version of code. Let's understand why versioning or aliasing is needed. So suppose you have this Lambda, right, which has the code ABC. Right now you have set the provision concurrency. So what AWS will do, it will preheat and create some instances, right? So the number of provision concurrency you will set, it will create those instances, right? So suppose you have set to 2, so it has created 2 instances ready. In this instance, you have the code A, B, C, right? And now suppose someone came and deployed this the another code, and now the code become ABCD, right? So now the code has changed, but if you will not set the alias, it will try to recreate the instances, right? In that case, your provision concurrency will not come into the effect, because a new instance needs to be created. By the time you will expect some delay. In that case, if you do some development over here and already set the provision concurrency, so these instances will not be impacted, right? And your user will not expect any delay. They keep coming and using your services. This is why we create the version and aliases for provision concurrency. So now let's create and go to create, publish a new version. This is version 1, publish, right? We are publishing the version 1. Let's go to configure, version 1. I need one instance to be created. Save. Right now, if you come here, you will see that it's in progress. So as of now, we haven't invoked this function. We are just setting the provision concurrency so that we can configure our test, right? So let's wait until this get provisioned. It will take some time. So once this is done, we will create the function URL and we will test it, right? How much time it is taking. I'll pause the video and resume back once it is created successfully. Now you can see the status is ready. So we have set the provision concurrency to 1. So one instance is ready to accept the request. So the test case should be, we should not be expecting any delay. So let me create the function URL. Again, I do not want to be get authenticated, just for testing purpose, but in production you should take care of it. Now the function URL is created. Let me go to Postman once again and create a without. So I have set the saved the previous request with without provision concurrency, so that let me create a new request here with. So I have created a new request with provision concurrency. So let me paste that URL, right? So the expectation is we should not expect any delay, right? Since it is provision. So let me send. Right? Now you can see that it is responding us in 360 milliseconds only. This is how provision concurrency help us to reduce the cold start. But this is not free, right? So you need to set only at the required places. So make sure once your purpose is solved, you should remove it, else it will incur lots and lots of cost to you. So I have deleted that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So for more such videos, stay tuned. Please like this and subscribe my channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you. Have a great day.